And welcome back to the 2018 Usep Major Tournament. We're on game number 8 right
Radiant
now.
Team ban.
Okay, it is against Thanks Bird and Team Kraken, as we can see in the standings. Here in game number 8, we can see that the first round has been done, and right now we're on game 8. We're gonna cover game 8, which is Thanks Bird and Team Kraken. So there you go. So right now, Thanks Bird has opted to ban Elder Titan and Night Stalker, and Outworld Devourer has been countered banned on the Dire team.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant Team ban.
So there you have it. Keeper of the Light has been banned on the Dire team, and right now it's in the third banning pick for the Radiant.
Ten seconds remaining.
So right now what you can see is they're banning quite the area of effect damages, but except for Night Stalker being able to hunt down and be doubly effective during nighttime. And now they have banned another hunter, Narubian Assassin or Nyx. And anyway, for those who have just signed in, let's drink coffee.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So Team Dire is using up their time right now for the extra time to ban their third pick before we continue with the first position choice.
Radiant Team pick.
And they have banned Storm Spirit for their third count. Right now the choice for the first position is on the Radiant team.
Dire Team
Thanks Bird is choosing Doom. Most probably they have already chosen Doom, but then the combination for a good synergy between Keeper of the Light and or Crystal Maiden might not be fully realized, since they have the former has been banned by the Dire team, and now a tank has been chosen by the Dire team in the form of Axe.
10 seconds remaining.
As you can see, it can be also synergistic with Keeper of the Light and or Crystal Maiden, but then
Radiant
it only rests right now if Crystal Maiden will be added in the lineup. And now they have added Ancient Apparition, and for the Radiant team they have added Shadow Shaman.
Radiant Team ban.
Dire team has banned Death Prophet, countered by a ban on the Lifestealer. We are seeing a lot of bans on the Lifestealer right now, and it might be because of being able to free up the jungle area for easy farming and better distribution of experience and gold for the characters, being able to have a 1-1-3 or 1-1-2 laning scheme with a jungler.
5 seconds remaining.
Not being too late on the experience gains. And so they're trying to ban most probably all the hunters and junglers as well. So right now it's
Radiant's team
to choose for the ban on the 5th ban. But before that, the Dire team has banned Spectre, and it will be countered by the Radiant team before choosing for the 3rd position for their lineup. Again, thank you for the sponsorship.
Dire team pick.
Net Express, Blink, Cafe Demitas, PBA Party List, Tekabyte, Globe, Nature Spring, Trivia Nights, Mayor Sara Duterte, Congressman Coco Nograles, Attorney Melchor Kitain, and Paragon, as well as the Usep Student Council.
10 seconds remaining.
Right now, I'm broadcasting live from
5
Cafe
seconds
Demitas
remaining.
along 727 F Torres Street. It's a wonderful place for those of you who have just arrived in Davao or arriving in Davao. Why don't you hop on the good foot and head over here and have yourself a great experience in the cafe. Overall experience, good food, awesome internet connection, and friendly customer service. And it's all in one good package. Cafe Demitas, thank you very much.
Radiant team pick.
So now, our team has chosen Ogre Magi. So they have a stunner right now, and we're waiting for a counter stunner or maybe perhaps a good mid laner for the Radiant team.
Dire team pick.
Slada.
So there you have it. They have a counter stunner in the form of Slardar, and let's see who would the Dire team choose for the position 4 or the semi-support position.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So Team Kraken now trying to use up the remaining 1 minute reserve time for their choice of the 4th position. Right now it's still a 50-50 chance. It could go both
Radiant
either
team
way
pick.
for the Dire or the Radiant.
Juggernaut.
It's still too early to decide, but with Juggernaut's addition to the
Dire team
lineup,
ban.
let's see.
Gyrocopter.
Right now, it's a little skewed for the in favor of the Dire team with a good hitter in the form of Juggernaut. Not too much
10
magical
seconds remaining.
direct damage types from the Radiant team to counter Juggernaut.
5 seconds
Most
remaining.
probably, Shadow Blade would be an effective choice for the Omnislash, but then Axe having the tank and the Berserker's Call, wherein everyone would be in the enemy team would be disabled for their own attacks and just be centered on Axe with the Ancient Apparition for the area of effect, as well as Ogre Magi, and with a free hit for a Juggernaut. I think it's a little bit in favor of the Dire. I might be wrong, as like a while ago in my previous cast, wherein I gave a 65% chance for the Dire due to the awesome combination of their heroes, but then there was a slight problem with the execution. Even with a good set of heroes, execution and team play and timing is the key. So now it's the Dire's team to choose for the 5th position. Most probably the Ancient Apparition would be
Radiant
filling in
team
the place
ban.
of the full support, and now they're banning. They have banned Nirvana, and we'll see who will be counter banned on the Radiant side.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
They have
Dire
now
team
banned
pick.
Viper, and they are choosing Shadow Fiend. It's a classic mid lane damage type hero, and it will be countered by
Choose your hero.
Zeus. So 2 nukers facing off on the 5th position, and we'll see how it goes. As for now, it's quite a balanced mix between the two teams, with a little bit more synergy between the heroes in the Radiant side. I would give it a little bit of a safer prediction, maybe perhaps a 55-45% chance in favor of the Radiant, especially with the nuke of Shadow Fiend and as well as the ultimate of Gyrocopter. We'll check how it goes if their execution would be crystal and perfectly executed and done.
Prepare for battle.
So right now we are in the game now, starting. The Radiant team is sticking together, trying to decide, and with an early smoke, hoping for a good first kill in the early game on the top side rune here. Perhaps for those, for the enemy who would be unsuspectingly trying to get the rune here, he might be in for a surprise. However, there's a turn of event. They're trying to detour. The Radiant team is trying to detour on this path, trying to intercept someone here in the ward side. Hopefully they won't get exposed, and it's gonna be Juggernaut who would be unsuspecting. And there goes the clash. There would be a 5-on-1 team play, and Juggernaut goes down quite easily. So it's a first blood.
Now that's how
20
it's
seconds
done,
before the
kids.
start of the game. It's quite too late for the Ancient Apparition Ogre Magi to even assist Juggernaut. Juggernaut didn't even stand a chance without even a skill to execute because he was disabled by Shadow Shaman. So it's a good play and a good execution.
And all.
Early game we're seeing some potential for the Radiant team.
Fortune.
So all heroes going to their lanes. Zeus and Shadow Fiend facing off in the middle lane. Classic example of a matchup in the middle lane for those who are nukers. And let's see who would be a better strategic and logistic hero for that. So it's gonna be between Prologue and Ackerman. Over the bottom lane, we see an Observer Ward being planted right away for the Juke spot, so that it would be quite protected on their side.
Missing top.
With the Radiant team being able to push quite a bit, but then to their disadvantage, since Axe would be just farming away easy kills and easy hits for the creeps. As for the top lane, Juggernaut and Doom just trying to have last hits.
Mark!
So as you can see here, they're just trying to pull some creeps, just gaining some upper ground on early game stats, such as last hits, denies, and gold, and perhaps even the items. So for now, the items that you can see here, still not much, just resilient items just to give them a little boost, healing, tangos, and still not much. We might be looking at some items later on being crafted by the 6-minute mark, hopefully by the mid laners, and then we'll see some roaming, most probably by this Shadow Fiend, and perhaps some
Bottom is
kills.
missing, according to Axe.
So it would be Slaughter who would be getting invisibility rune, hoping for a
has
stun,
clean
unexpected
water.
stun, and perhaps an easy kill for this Zeus. Unsuspecting right now, there's no observer or sentry ward in the middle, and it looks like it's gonna be a stun. And there's the attack, and there's the gank, and let's see if they would be successful in killing Zeus this time. So the middle lane, there's a chase, and there's a kill
This,
by
I
Slaughter.
gave up immortality.
However, there's a reinforcement by Ogre Magi and the Ancient Apparition, and Slaughter is most probably gonna survive this attack with a quick and easy getaway. So it was such an unfortunate event for Radiant team. Rather the Dire team, as Zeus wasn't able to deflect and dish off and get away with that. It was very opportune for the Dire team being presented with an invisibility rune and finishing it off well into the game, killing off Zeus. So right now the net worth is in the favor of the Radiant team with 2 kills, a smoke by Ancient Apparition hoping for a kill, most probably initiated by Ogre Magi with a stun, and then a status of freeze by Ancient Apparition and a dish off and finish by Zeus with his nukes.
Denied.
So they're trying to get into the range of Shadow Fiend, coaxing him to go to the left a bit, and he's been frozen, slowed down, and he will be able to escape this time. And Ogre Magi is now going to go down for the count. A thwarted and botched plan for a gank in favor of the Radiant team.
Almighty money.
So the Dire team trying to have a gank, failing in that manner, and losing a character in the process, or a hero in the process, and furthering the net worth of the team in the opposite side by another 1,000. Now we're seeing Axe being pushed back by Gyrocopter, and for easy pickings and easy gold by the Radiant team. Juggernaut is still struggling to have with his health right now. Thwarted attack and push by Slardar, and Slardar will have to back off a little and just continue with a push. Right now Axe is just soloing the bottom lane, being able to easily counter the attacks of the creeps, but then Gyrocopter is very much in control of putting pressure on Axe, pushing him back against or towards his tower, and just pushing off with the creeps and inching a little by little for the hopefully first tower destruction. Now Slardar, along with Doom and Shadow Shaman, trying to gank up on Ogre Magi, quite unsuccessful. Ancient Apparition having 3 hits, and most probably with a kill, but then no. Shadow Shaman is successful with Getaway, just 1 hit, but then was able to back off quite properly with a well-executed juke among the trees. However, Zeus there with a level 6 ultimate dishes off Shadow Shaman. Ancient Apparition trying to flank Doom, but then Doom was able to see that, and we'll head over to the middle lane. We're seeing Zeus trying to go to the
Bottom is missing!
And
Middle tower
is going back to his lane rather than just gank on the bottom lane. Tight position by Doom here, being hit by Juggernaut, being comboed by Ogre Magi, and trying to survive this attack, but then he's being free hit again by Ancient Apparition, hit by Juggernaut, trying so hard to juke everyone out, just going back to his to the opposite side's safe spot, and Ogre Magi being the target right now. Ancient Apparition getting a fair share of attacks, Ogre Magi is surviving, and Zeus for the rescue with some scary nukes there, and pushing back the attackers from the Radiant side. So from there we won't be seeing any deaths so far, and it's a 0-0 exchange.
Dire's middle tower is all alone in the world.
The network right now is more in favor of the Radiant team. A steady push up the 4K mark with the items right now. Well, as you can see here, Tranquil Boots for Axe for added stability in the front lines, being able to farm more efficiently, not going back and wasting so much time. More Juggernaut has been casted with Doom. Ogre Magi thwarted the attack, and hoping that Juggernaut will survive, but most probably he would be dying right now. So there goes Juggernaut down for the count, and he will be having another death in his stats. So it's a 0-2 stats for Juggernaut, and Ogre Magi trying to do some creep control right now. Zeus being able to get some haste rune and going back and flanking Slardar, but
middle tower is all alone in the world.
To catch him off guard. And most probably, Witch Doctor here is Shadow Shaman rather is trying to catch somebody off guard, putting some wards here. And Gyrocopter just steadily and carefully and also systematically pushing off the advancement of the creeps, even furthering the pushback against
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gyrocopter
Run, little
will
bottom
continue
tower.
with the attacks for the tower. As for the top lane, we're seeing so much action right now.
Dire has fortified its structures. Dire's bottom tower is
Doom has
under
been
attack.
casted, frozen by Ancient Apparition. Juggernaut trying to just use his Blade Fury and just not trying to care at all for the oncoming attacks. There's not much physical attacks going on. Zeus being able to successfully snuff out
Bottom
the
is
life
missing, according to Axe.
of this Shadow Shaman and being able to just add another kill for the Radiant team. Further pushing the net worth of the Radiant team up by another 1,000 gold, up now by 5k. And the Dire team is signaling for a reinforcement going up here and from the shrine going to attack this top lane. Zeus being able to make good use of his ability to nuke heroes even from afar, but then right now it's still on a 40-second cooldown, and we'll wait who would be the unsuspecting victim after that. So right now, Operation spamming Cold Feet and his first and second skills just putting some pressure on Doom to keep him at bay. And we have here Juggernaut escaping again with Blaze of Fury, but then
By the gods,
but
Dire's
then it's
bottom
been
tower doesn't even have arms to defend itself.
casted with an
What a
ultimate.
brave
Zeus
tower.
going down, being ganked in the middle, action happening on the middle lane, Ancient Apparition going down,
Dire's middle tower is
and
under
the tower
attack.
being
Dire structures are
fortified
fortified.
with a glyph right
That's
now,
what that
but
wispy
then
glow
won't
around the
be
tower means.
much of a help since there
Dire's middle tower
isn't
is under
any
attack.
help
It
coming
has no
from
arms
the
to
Dire
defend
team
itself.
right now. Everyone in the Dire team is still busy with their respective lanes, and Shadow Fiend and
Dire's
Shadow
middle
Shaman
tower
will be
is under
finishing
attack.
off this middle tower unless Zeus comes in, which he is doing right now. So Zeus with a successful defense
Dire's bottom
of the
tower is
counter
under attack.
hero
Run, little
tower
bottom
on the
tower.
middle lane,
Run.
and the Radiant team trying to find other easy pickings. It's becoming eventful here in the bottom lane with the Dire team trying to catch Gyro off guard, but then he's quite careful right now, so they will be backing off. And now we're seeing
What happened?
Juggernaut going down, a second kill by Axe,
No, you get nothing. Good
and
day,
hoping for
sir.
a third kill unless Shadow Shaman is able to get away with it. But it seems that there's no help except for Gyrocopter
Radiant's
slowing
middle
Axe
tower
down,
is under attack.
being
That's so. Dire's
There
bottom
he
tower
goes.
is under attack.
unless he's able to
My hero
yeah, he's
dies.
going down. A little bit quite too late for Ogre Magi to even help Axe, right? And he goes down for the count after a double kill. Not without having
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
8,000 net worth
It has no arms
right
to defend
now.
itself. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Timber!
Zeus still with his ultimate still in cooldown, is not able to
Dire's middle
finish
tower
off
is all alone in the
Gyrocopter's,
world,
escape.
being
And
attacked.
right now it's a 2-1
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
in favor
About
of the
time.
Radiant.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Oh, that's got to hurt.
So the Dire team is backing off, and even with a two kill or double kill by Axe, their net worth is still up by 8,000 right now, and it's been a one-sided game in terms of net worth. So what you can see here is on the Radiant team, they're having quite an advantage.
Bottom is
for,
missing, according to Axe.
gold acquired. Dire team sticking together in the
Dire's top
shrine,
tower is under attack.
and the tower for the Dire team on the first tier tower on the top lane is being attacked, not without a 4-man counter for the
Dire's structures are
unsuspecting
fortified, just like me.
heroes. So most probably Ancient Apparition will be initiating for the freeze. Gyrocopter with counter his ultimate. Doom just dashing inside the clash with a double kill. And it's a wipe out for the Dire team. Well executed Mark and well executed gameplay by the Radiant, showing their expertise in this clash and just having a little bit of damage.
Top tower has fallen. It was only a matter of time.
And they're pushing on for the second tier tower, and we'll probably see a damage, a substantial damage done to
Dire's
this
top
tier 2
tower
tower.
is under attack. Oh, that's got to Dire's structures are fortified.
Right now,
Dire's top tower is under
Ancient
attack.
Apparition being able to deal an ultimate, but then not without an onslaught for the ultimate of Shadow Shaman. Ogre Magi
Dire's
being
top tower has fallen.
aggressive right now, being attacked by Gyrocopter, stunned, and Zeus goes down for the first count. Ogre Magi goes down for the second count. And right now, the other two heroes who are defending are struggling to get back on high ground and gain a better advantage in trying to defend off the attackers. Juggernaut being just by himself, getting some easy kills, easy gold, easy XP, perhaps
Juggernaut!
trying to have this, trying to farm now. It wouldn't be too much of, he wouldn't be too much of help for clashes since he still is quite underfarmed. So everyone's backing off right now, and they're probably going to farm some items before another clash happens. So as you can see, XP per minute, we have Shadow Fiend. It's quite expected being Shadow Fiend.
Where's my pension? Axe reports.
Being in the
Top
middle
is
lane,
missing.
and for the kill, deaths, and assists, we have Gyrocopter with 404 for his record. And down at the bottom is Juggernaut, dying early in the game, 20 seconds before the first sound of the bell, and continuing to die, so on and so forth until this minute. So on the 16-minute mark, he has 4 deaths. The Radiant team has 15k net worth advantage over the Dire, and right now it seems to be quite a one-sided game, unless perhaps the Dire is able to farm well and get their appropriate items for a good clash. Again, during the choosing of the heroes, I was declaring that the game might go either way. It's a 55 to
Dire's middle
45
tower is all alone in the
chance,
world, being attacked.
and it could just turn around at any instant right now. So
Dire's middle tower
Gyrocopter
is
just
under
pressing
attack.
on the attack, keeping the
Dire's middle
defenders
tower
way
now
back
belongs to the
with
Aegis.
his guided missile, with his homing missile, and they're just trying to push back the defenders, the Dire, as they go around and make a U-turn here and in the bottom team, and aiming for a second tower kill or second tower destruction in tier 2 bottom tower. The Dire team quick to their
By the
defenses.
gods, the Dire's
They're
bottom tower
marching
doesn't even have
towards
arms to
on
defend
high
itself.
ground, waiting
What
for
a
the
brave
attackers,
tower.
perhaps just waiting for them on
Dire's
high
bottom
ground,
tower has fallen.
where they
It
might
was a valiant
stand
effort.
a better chance rather than on the lower ground, wherein, as we can see a while ago, they just died quickly because of the combination, well executed combination by Doom and Gyrocopter, most especially. Zeus and Ancient Apparition are quite soft right now, especially for the ultimate of Gyrocopter, wherein if they get caught, they just go down quite easily. And with the Doom right now, Zeus doesn't stand a chance. Zeus goes down, Ogre Magi goes down the second count, and then it's the third man down, and the axe goes down as well. So it's a 4-to-1 exchange, wherein Shadow Shaman just goes down for the Radiant team. It's a pretty good exchange, and it further pushes their net worth up by 4,000 now at 19k against the Dire. So as you can see their buyback status, we can see that Zeus was able to buy just right now, but then it was unnecessary. So his buyback is a no-go right now. So it might have an effect later on during another clash, which, if within 7 minutes, might be disastrous for their team. Now look at the items. Shadow Fiend just got his Sangin Yasha. We have the Dragon Lance and the Mask of Madness, pure damage for Shadow Fiend. As for Gyrocopter, we have this Sangin Yasha, another resilient, and just for the attack. Slardar already has his Blink Dagger, which is good for setting up initiating clashes. And while they're trying to put down Roshan, Ancient Apparition just tries to check if there's the enemy, and now the Dire team is on the way.
The Radiant have carved their names in history.
Axe jumping in right away, being able to put down Shadow Shaman, but then Gyrocopter with an excellent display of resiliency and attack just puts down the ultimate and bringing down the attackers. Now it's a 4-man down. Juggernaut just barely survived, but then he goes down as well. And we're seeing Shadow Fiend just putting up with his name and just killing everyone there with a triple kill, another triple kill. And the Dire team is now in a tight spot as the Radiant team is pushing up the Tier 3 tower in the middle lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ogre Magi biding his time.
Dire's middle
Not able
tower
to do anything. Even the Ancient Apparition
Dire's
just
middle barracks are under
his
attack.
ultimate doesn't
shit.
phase Doom from attacking the barracks. Now everyone's alive, and Axe is waiting for a proper time to jump in.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Still not finding that timing, and now he has done it with the Gyrocopter, quick counter with an ultimate, and Axe being going down as well as Ogre Magi.
I came a long way.
Juggernaut has been doomed and he's not able to do any damage.
Dire's middle tower is all
And it's
alone
a
in the world.
3-man down right
Being
now,
attacked.
and it's quite a one-sided game once again in favor of the Radiant.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen in the line of duty. Dire's bottom
What you
tower
can see
is under
right
attack.
now is a well-executed, well-planned,
Radiant's bottom tower is under
well-thought
attack.
of
Dire's
assignment
bottom tower
of
is
giving
under
out
attack.
damages
Run,
and
little bottom
statuses,
Dire's bottom tower.
making sure
Right
that
here.
Zeus or Juggernaut is
that's
disabled
not
during
good for the
clashes
Radiant.
with an ultimate, so that
Dire's
they would
bottom
just
barracks are
be
under attack.
free hitters
Dire's
without
bottom barracks
much
have
damage
fallen.
yet.
See ya.
And Doom being
Dire's
tough
bottom
that
barracks
he
have
is
fallen.
able to tank everyone in the enemy, as the Gyrocopter just dishes out nuke after nuke of damages.
Radiant's top tower is under
Slardar
attack.
stunning anyone who would be
Where's
foolish
my
enough to
pension?
go into the clash, as well as Shadow Shaman dishing additional damage from his ultimate.
Fortune's changed. Almighty money.
Right now, in my assessment, it's an 85 to 15% advantage of the Radiants, given that they have a 31k advantage. We are seeing Slardar foolishly jumping into the ward area, not being able to blink out and getting caught in the process, being ganked up by the Dire team, and just pacing around back and forth until his life just runs out, and giving up one stat of death in favor of the Dire. Nevertheless, it doesn't change the trend of the net worth for the Radiant team, as they continue to rise up to a new high, which is 31,000 over the other. As for the items, we're seeing Shadow Fiend getting a butterfly right away after that triple kill. And right now for the Dire team, we can see that the items here are just still in the, or properly for the early game. As for the enemy, it's becoming more and more well into the late game item set, and they're quite farmed, especially Gyrocopter and Shadow Fiend. And apparently middle lane has been in favor of Shadow Fiend and the Radiant, as they have been able to farm better than the opposite team. So Juggernaut's still hoping to be able to farm a little bit more. However, if he's doomed, it's still not going to be enough to ward off the enemy attack. Gyrocopter targeting Zeus, keep him at bay, while the rest of the team just attacks and
The Dire's top tower is doing its
Shadow
best,
Shaman
but it
releasing
doesn't look good.
the Serpent Ward for that easy tower kill.
Dire's top tower
And
has
they'll
fallen.
continue to destroy the barracks here.
Dire's top barracks are under
Axe not
attack.
being able to do anything. They're still having difficulty on what
Dire's
to
top
do with
barracks have
the
fallen.
initiating, but then Axe is too early to initiate and he goes down very quickly. And Ogre Magi again, second time is targeted. Zeus goes down, Axe just flies back and dies again. Gyrocopter with an ultimate, trying to press on the attack, and it's a wipeout.
Dire's middle tower is all alone in the world, being attacked.
Okay, the Dire team has called a GG for this
Radiant
game,
victory
and
and achievement for the ages.
they'll be going down to the bottom bracket as the Radiant team goes on for the upper bracket. And there we have it, folks. It's a 33-8 game, a 38k net worth, team net worth advantage, and it was practically a one-sided game. MVP, in my opinion, goes out to Gyrocopter and, or rather, Gyrocopter for now. Prologue has been, or the Shadow Fiend has been a good damage dealer. Early game it was Doom, and until the late game it was Gyrocopter, and overall it has been Gyrocopter that has been stopping everyone in their tracks with his ultimate. Good placement called by Jegoy, the Shadow Shaman, being much of a utility support, wherein the Axe, as well as the Ancient Apparition and Ogre Magi was not able to thwart anyone off, not being able to push back properly, and Zeus not being able to do much damage because of the Doom. Now, as for Juggernaut, it was too late. It could have been another story if Juggernaut was able to farm well for the late game. But then they have it done in 24 minutes, and there wasn't any chance for the Dire team. For the late game, it could have been another issue. So there we have it, folks. Team XP and net worth, it's a one-sided deal. The Radiant just pulling away even early in the game, and as you can see here, most of them are there in the upper ranks. As for player levels, it's the same issue. Early clashes, wrong decision, and wrong placement of heroes spelled doom for the Dire team. Up next, we'll be having another coverage for another match. Please stay tuned as we take a break.